it's Stuck with Tiny's Garden. Today I am here on a cozy Friday afternoon in my cozy gear, and I thought, why don't I do a video about my seeds that I ordered? The people want to hear about the seeds, yeah? I was gonna wrap Christmas presents and I thought, let's do this. I think it'll be a little more fun. Now, I ordered these a while ago, maybe in August. Around that time, I wanted to make sure that I got some that I definitely wanted. In my cut flower garden this year, which was the first year I did one, I didn't have enough filler. So in other words, plants that grow and have greenery and things that you can use to fill in an arrangement that isn't necessarily a showy flower, if you will. So I ordered from Johnny Seeds. I ordered from there last year too, and the quality is spectacular and their seed packet information is out of this world. So let's open the box. Okay, so I've got them all spread out here. I will tell you every single one that I ordered, and I'll put a picture on the screen as well so you can see what it actually looks like. I'm gonna try and keep this video to where it's not a zillion minutes long, so I'm not gonna talk in depth about each one by any means, and maybe a few of them that are my favorites. I'll give little tidbits of information. So grab your cozy blanket, let's go through these. So first I have 3 Lizzie Anthes. Oh, the Lizzies. Real quick. If you're not familiar with Lizzie Anthes is a beautiful cut flower. However, she is super fastidious. She takes 6 months to grow from seed. It's very difficult to grow her from seed. It's not necessarily a beginner one, even though I did do some last year and I got about 6 out of starting roughly 50. I wouldn't say that you can't start her if it's your first year, but just be ready for the challenge. I love her even more because she makes you work for it, you know? Those Lizzies, 3 different kind of Lizzie Anthes. The Voyage 2 White Improved, the Arena 3 Apricot, and the Roseanne Black Pearl, which I grew last year in my first year of the cut flower garden. Oh, she is so beautiful. I found another Lizzie Anthes, a Voyage 2 Champagne Lizzie Anthes. Dusty Miller. Then I have 6 different varieties of Zinnias, which I didn't grow last year in my first year, but I am gonna grow several different varieties this year. So we have Oklahoma White, Giant Dahlia Flowered Scarlet, Benary's Giant Deep Red, which I hear is excellent to grow in the Midwest. Zowie Yellow Flame. Can't wait to see this one. That's quite a name. Jazzy Mix and Oklahoma Salmon. Next we have stock. Now, I grew stock last year in my first year, and the smell of stock is this clove-like smell that's in a good way like a grandma's house, and it takes you back. It kind of feels vintagey, and it's also edible. But if you want a cool weather workhorse, grow some stock. My varieties are Cat's Yellow stock, Iron Apricot stock, Iron Cherry stock, and Cat's Cherry Blossom stock. Speaking of cool weather workhorses, sweet peas. I actually only ordered 1 variety from Johnny's because Floret is going to release their seeds in January, and I will for sure be ordering a lot of sweet peas from her. And I also saved some of my sweet pea seeds from last year. So the variety I got from them is Elegance Formula Mix. Again, if you're not familiar with sweet peas, they are not edible. They are poisonous. So if you have kids, be aware of that. But they have the best scent. It's my favorite scented flower, even more than stock, and it's just a beauty. I highly recommend growing. Next we have snapdragons. So snapdragons will also go out in the spring and are pretty hardy as well. I have Madame Butterfly Bronze with White, and also Potomac Apple Blossom. Potomac. Potomac or Potomac? I think probably Potomac. Either way, I've got the apple blossom one. Remember, I'm not a professional. I just do this because I love it. So if I butcher some of these pronunciations, Don't come after me. Next, this one I'm super excited about because I haven't grown it, but I've heard tons of great things on YouTube and other areas about it, which is Mahogany Splendor Hibiscus. I'm definitely looking for fillers, as I said before, and this color, which is like a rich burgundy, is going to pop in bouquets. And I hear that it's just a voracious grower. So, who doesn't love that? Next, Rudbeckia. So we have Cherry Brandy Rudbeckia. This one's a tough one for me. Moment of silence for my Cherry Brandy Rudbeckia that got eaten in my landscape garden. I started it from seed, it grew, it was doing great. I transplanted it out into the landscape and the bunnies and their chompers destroyed. So it's gonna go somewhere different next year because I really wanna see those blooms in their prime. Sahara I also got for Rudbeckia, which I've heard a lot of good things about as well, so I'm looking forward to that variety. Then we have Scabiosa, which I've also never grown before, but it was in my wedding bouquet, and it's a very pretty flower. Fama White, Fire King, and Black Knight. I also got a couple of herbs that can be used in arrangements if wanted or to actually eat. Cinnamon, Asian basil, and also red Reuben purple basil. Next we have Gomphrena, which I haven't grown, but I've seen a lot of things about it on YouTube and other channels, that it's such a strong plant and a good performer and puts out a lot of blooms. And so I can't wait to see it because I got Strawberry Fields, which is a red one, and if you know me, I'm really into the red hues, so looking forward to this one. Then we have straw flowers. For straw flowers, I grew those this year, and just in my last video, I was taking the stalks out to make the garden bed go to sleep for the winter, and those stalks were giant. Look at the stalks of these straw flowers. These straw flowers got as high as me, if not higher, and I'm 5'4". I had no idea they would get that high. Last year I grew copper red and scarlet, and they were both really beautiful. Straw flowers also exceptional for dried flowers if you want to pick them for that. Really good dried flower. Sunflower, Autumn Beauty, and also Sunfill Purple. So of course, me kind of wanting something that's a little unique and different. I like a yellow sunflower, but it doesn't make my heart swoon. So I love the sunflowers that have a hue to them in some sort of way, whether it's a red, a deep purple, a tri or bicolored. Those get me excited. So looking forward to these guys as well. If you're still watching at this point, now would be a great time to subscribe to our channel to follow along here. Next, violas. These I did grow last year, and I believe the variety was called Painted Brush Strokes or Brush Strokes from Floret, and they were beautiful, really delicate looking, smaller flower, but has that unique appeal still because you don't see them everywhere, and a great cool weather worker as well. So I'm excited for these new varieties, especially this Nature Antique shades. I think I'm gonna love that look. I also have Frizzle, Sizzle, Yellow Blue Swirl. I think I need to get into the business of naming seeds. These are really fun names. This next pile here, I just got about one variety of each. I'm not real familiar with a lot of these, but nevertheless, looking forward to adding them into my garden. Celosia, I have Sunday Gold. Well, here's another one that I might butcher the pronunciation. Didiscus. Didiscus? Didiscus. Didiscus. Lacy Lavender Blue. Poppies. We have to talk a moment about poppies. I planted those poppy seeds last year, and I had a feeling it might not work. However, I feel like there's a way it could work. My soil is really heavy and definitely more on the wet and moist side at the very least. And I know poppies don't like wet soil. They prefer more sandy soil. So maybe I put them in a pot. Comment below and let me know if you have similar soil to me, how you grow your poppies. Because there's so many unique poppies, and I love that unique look, obviously. So help a sister out. How can I grow poppies but not in my landscape. This variety is Champagne Bubbles. This one I'm for sure gonna butcher the name. This is the Covent Garden Market Gypsophila. Gypsophila, I think. Next to linum, a limon. It's spelled L-I-M-O-N, which would be lemon in Spanish, but to linum. Now, I also probably can't pronounce this one. You're sensing a trend here, I know. My apologies, but I do love the name of this for whatever reason. Bublerum, B-U-P-L-E-U-R-U-M. Bublerum. The variety I got is green gold. Erygnium, blue glitter. I've seen these everywhere. I can't wait to try and grow those. Clarkia. I've also heard a lot about clarkia, but at the same time, not a lot. Does that make sense? No. I've heard a lot about clarkia in some of the books I've read, and there was a decent amount of information in that one book. However, it's not something I hear about often on YouTube or see it all the time like a snapdragon is what I'm trying to say. So, elegant salmon clarkia. We'll see how this does for me here in the Midwest. And then a white finch Orlea, which I've seen often in other avenues, and she should be a beauty. Okay, that wraps up our seed haul for this round. I have a feeling I'll be ordering more, but I thought I'd get it out to you while there's still time to order seeds and make sure you're getting the varieties you want. I'll start all my seeds starting, depending on what it is, for sure, my Lizzie Anthes will start in January. So we're not that far away. It's an exciting time. I hope maybe you learned a new variety and or flower. So please drop a comment below and let me know what you're growing for your seeds this year. I'd love to hear. And we will see you in the next one. Happy planting. Bye. This is the feedback I get from my producers. Thanks for the encouragement, kids.